Are you happy to be here? No. Let's see 'em, boys. Oh, green and blue. Much better, boys. I don't like this. Shut it, you big green blue. Broken piece of machinery. You look great now. Accept it, embrace it. You look the best on your line. I don't like it. Oh, they're painted with green, blue of all colours. Oh dear. Hey, you guys want to hear a joke? No one wants to hear a joke, Charlie. I promise you. Alright, it's about an elephant and two ducklings. Shut up, Charlie. I'll tell you two what's not a joke. I want to go to the rebirthing shed. I have to go now. The rebirthing shed, you can't, Wisdom. Henry bustled into Navford Station to pick up his train. The other engines were very shocked when they saw Henry's new look. Oh my, Henry, laughed Dominic. You look awfully silly. Shut up, Dominic. I didn't want this. Victor told me to go to the new rebirthing shed because he ran out of green paint, and then instead they gave me this blue. I think the blue looks nice on you, chuckled Fergus. You're not funny, Fergus, and you wouldn't be laughing if you were just in the rebirthing shed. It's so horrifying. Creepy shapes and mysterious figures. They repaint you and rebuild you or rebirth you. Oh my, said Mavis. Who would ever want to go to the rebirthing shed? I know I wouldn't, said Dominic. Well, I won't go there ever again. I don't remember anyone go there. It's just the worst. Well, I want to go there, said Wisdom. I have to go there. I must get repainted. This just doesn't suit me. I'd rather be purple. But you look great just the way you are, said Dominic. You should never change. But I have to. I'm gonna have to, and I will, despite what anyone says, said Wisdom. I'm special, Wisdom said. She told the other engines. I have to go to the rebirthing shed, and you don't. I will look splendid when I return. But Henry told you, you can't go to rebirthing shed. It's a very creepy place. Despite what you all say, said Wisdom. Despite what we all say, we're trying to protect you, said Zenobia. Something I don't do often. Yeah, said Anaya. We're only looking out for you because you're our friend. Wisdom was not listening. Later on, when she was pulling her first passenger train of the day, she asked her driver, can we go speak to the Fat Controller? Of course. Because I feel like if we go to the rebirthing shed, said Wisdom imaginatively, they could totally remake me. They'll even give me a tender, something I've always wanted. It feels so good to be a tender engine because I'm long and tall like one. Hello, Harvey. Hello, Wisdom. What are you doing here? I'm looking for the Fat Controller. And dropping off passengers, added her driver. Ugh, right, said Wisdom. I forgot we're taking a train. I've been so thinking about the rebirthing shed. It's just going to be an amazing experience. Well, said Harvey, I haven't heard so many nice things. Those are just popular belief. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, said Wisdom. And I am from Scotland, where we are very pleased with our opinions. Our opinions are very high viewed. Well, said Harvey, if you want to test it out for yourself, I can't stop you. And you won't, said Wisdom. You won't stop me. Norman, the diesel, was racing across the island of Sodor trying to get to Vicarstown when the Fat Controller stopped him. Who are you and what are you doing? Norman stopped in fear. Sir! Oh! He cried as he screeched on his brakes. I'm sorry for speeding, sir, cried Norman. Hi, Spirits. I was just seeing how fast I could go if I could beat the springtime wind, so to speak. But, yes, I'm here to help at the new rebirthing shed. Ah, the rebirthing shed, said the Fat Controller. I expect you're their new shunting diesel. Yes, I am, said Norman. But the Fat Controller didn't know what Norman's intentions were, or what job he was really doing. I'm so proud of my engines, the Fat Controller said foolishly. Norman thundered away. He was being sent to random docks. Wisdom and Fergus were busy at Knapford. Dominic arrived. Hello, Wisdom, he chuffed. Hello, Dominic. I have an important question for you. What is it, puffed Dominic. Is my paint all scratchy? Am I full of coal everywhere? Dominic eyed Wisdom. No, you're not. You can still do your work. Great, said Wisdom, so I don't have to get repainted before my next train. Then, as she was filling up with coal, Dominic puffed away. Are you going to go to the rebirthing shed? Oh! Bust my buffers, said Fergus. I'm sorry, I lost control of the freight car again. Watch it! Now, Wisdom was more covered in coal than before. But Dominic didn't say anything. He was only lying to protect her. Oh, God, I am still going to go to the rebirthing shed. I think I'll have to, since they're the best at repairing engines now that I've been bumped, said Wisdom. Dominic wasn't so sure. You shouldn't go there, he said. Ah, but I will. Leave her be, said Fergus. Maybe it'll be good for her. I know what's best for my best friend, puffed Dominic. You can't tell me otherwise. He puffed to the platform. The other engines laughed and chuckled as Wisdom puffed past. Heh, laughed Ryan. Oh, she's so dirty, cried Molly. She needs to be cleaned at once. Ha! She won't be as shiny as me, laughed James. All the engines found it very funny. Even Janessa was laughing. I've only been here a couple of days and I feel very splendid, she teased. Hey, stop laughing! Stop laughing at her! Dominic protested. Please stop laughing, protested Dominic. It's very rude. He wasn't laughing himself. Wisdom was cross. Wisdom puffed to collect her train. I'd better go after her, said Fergus. He felt very bad for his new good friend. Come on, said Gordon. What on earth is this? How is Rocky's new coupling caught between my trucks? I have to get going. I don't even want to pull trucks. I have to go pick up the express in a half hour. Let's make this process quick. I have to go. Come on. Don't worry, Big Engine, said Sidney. He had forgotten Gordon's name. It's Gordon. What's your stupid plan? I can't be late for the express already, or else the Fat Controller will give it to some hooligan like James or Henry or Molly. Norman was shocked. He thought soda engines were friendly. Sidney will pull, said Rocky, and you will pull too. And that way, the couplings will snap, and you can go on your way, and Sidney and I will stay here and continue the work we're meant to be doing. Righto, said Sidney. Let's make this quick, grumbled Gordon. Hurry along now. All right, said Rocky. So, they began pulling. Sidney and Rocky pulled, and Gordon pulled too. Come on, said Gordon. It's working, he cried. I feel it slipping. I feel it. And then it did. Hooray! They all cried. Gordon, without a second thought, thundered away. He was going to be late for the express, and he wasn't wasting any time to deliver his freight cars to Breakwater to him. Well, said Cranky, that was impressive. Hello, said Ciara, will you let go of me? I have to go back to Center Island Quarry. Valerie and the others are waiting for me. I told you, my hook is stuck to your coupling rod, said Cranky. I can't let go of you. Believe me, if I could, I would. May we be any of assistance, said Rocky. We're happy to help, said Sydney. Rocky and I make a great team, don't we, Rocky, said Stepney. Please, said Cranky. I'm tired of this bothersome little bug. Not to worry, said Rocky. All chains attached to Ciara, Sydney was ready to pull Rocky. Come on, said Rocky. Pull hard, my friend, Sydney. So, Sydney pulled very hard. Once in motion, they were soon going to pull Ciara back onto the rail so Cranky's hook could be free. We can do it, said Sydney. You're doing it, said Ciara. Teamwork, teamwork, she called out. Ciara was being lifted into the air. Everyone watched. The dock workers cheered. Careful now, they called out. Don't tip Cranky over. The other engines watched in amazement. Rocky and Sydney were pulling very, very hard. We better take care, said Sydney. Ciara looks like she's going to come off the tracks. No fear, said Rocky. We can do it, said Cranky. I'm alright, said Ciara. Then there was trouble. Cranky started to tip. Bolts came loose. Uh-oh, said Big Mickey. I can't even save him this time. Big Mickey shut his eyes. Rocky and Sydney pulled Ciara so hard that Cranky fell over. Oh, help! Oh, I'm going down! Cranky! Ah! That wasn't meant to happen, said Rocky. Are you alright, Crankily? It's Cranky. I know you didn't mean to fall, said Ciara. I didn't, said Cranky. It was all your fault. Get me up, he groaned. Help! Help! Norman raced to the scene. He was quiet. You've blown the main now, matey, cried Salty. Norman rolled closer to Cranky. He wasn't sure what to do next, so he just rolled away. Well, said Stepney, that escalated quickly. Indeed, said Big Mickey. If only I'd seen it. I closed my eyes, too afraid of big fries. Well, Cranky, once again, you've caused havoc at Brandon. I don't know what to do with you. Big Mickey will just have to be the primary crane here. You're always causing havoc. But, sir, it wasn't even me, said Cranky. Sir, said Ciara, please hear us out. Cranky was actually trying to help me. We were in a spot of bother, and his hook was hitched to my coupling rod. Well, said the Fat Controller. Of all this time that you weren't here, said Stepney. Quiet, Stepney, said the Fat Controller. I'm sorry, Cranky. Maybe I should have listened to your side of the story first. Thank you, sir, said Cranky. Thank you, Ciara, said Cranky. Ciara smiled at her tall friend in the sky. The Fat Controller came to the other end of the quayside to see Thomas. Thomas, since Daisy has not arrived yet to take the milk she's complaining about her fitter again, and her swerves. You'll to take the milk. No, said Thomas. Percy and Toby can do it. They love messing about with trucks. Especially milk trucks. I can't mess about with these. My springs, sir. Your springs, said Sir Topham Hatt. You're not Daisy and you aren't one spring. Your springs are perfectly in shape. Now, please, deliver these milk vans. With no trouble. All right, fussed Thomas. He knew that really useful engines don't argue. He buffered up to his freight cars. With a toot of his whistle, he set off. But little did the fat controller know that Thomas had a very sneaky idea. Get along, you silly milk vans, he grumbled. Wisdom puffed along the highway line. She was shuddering. Coal crackled between her wheels. Dominic pouted. So, how are you? I'm great, thank you. So, Skater Boy, what's the news today? Oh, all's well that ends well. I've just had a great paper route. Only trouble is, did you hear that someone got the Topham Tower blown up? Yes, I did, cried Front Wellington. I know exactly who did it, too. Do you? Cried Mike Skater Boy. Who would it be, then? It'd be that old fusspot, Lowham Hatt. He blew up his own brother's cafe. Dominic stopped. He stammered. He peered into the window. That's it, said the workman. That silly fool Lowham Hatt is so jealous of the Fat Controller's new plans. Arkwright Moxon peered through the windows, listening. I knew it, he whispered. Knew what? Said Dominic. I knew that Lowham Hatt was the one who got Topham Cafe blew up. Well, said Dominic, that's who almost got us killed the other day? Indeed. Now let's go confront him. All right, said Dominic. He's up the line. I'm ready, said Arkwright Moxon. Let's go! Dominic and Arkwright Moxon were very pleased. They arrived up the line at the junction. Hello, Butler Timothy, said Arkwright Moxon. The two workmen were great friends. Did you know that Lowham Hatt's the one who got Topham Cafe blown up on Topham Boulevard? I knew it. I saw him at the site after the dust cleared. Then Wisdom steamed by. She was pulling a passenger train with Fergus. There's the Fat Controller up the track, she cried to Fergus. Sir Topham, I have a very important question to ask you. Who's Topham Hatt? My name is Lowham Hatt. I'm Fathead's brother. Wisdom gulped. Sorry, sir. Who are you? Said Fergus. I've never seen you before. He's the Fat Controller's twin brother with a mustache, said Harvey. He's always playing tricks on us. He's gotten us to do so many silly other jobs. In the place of Topham Hatt, said Dominic. And Wisdom, please don't go to the Rebirthing Shed. It's not safe. You'll end up a different engine. One that's not better for you. One that's not fitting for any of us, for that matter. I'll decide what I do. And I'm going to go to the Rebirthing Shed because you lied to me. So why should I ever trust you again? You made all the engines at Knapford laugh at me for having coal splattered all over me. So now I'll go get a repaint, a rebuild, a refit, and a whole rebirth, said Wisdom. She was sticking to her plan. No, cried Dominic. You can't. I will, said Wisdom, and you'll like it. I've got a bone to pick with you, Lowham, said Arkwright Moxon. A bone to pick with me? Whatever for? I know you're the one who got Topham Hatt Cafe blown up on Topham Boulevard just the other day. Who told you it was me? It wasn't me. What on Sodor makes you think it was me? First of all, everybody's saying they saw you after the dust cleared, standing just inches away from the tower. I saw you with my own eyes, and you ran away laughing. You got in your silly red car and started chuckling. Well, red only is the perfect color. I don't get blue. And you don't get Sodor either. You're blowing things up, lying to engines, playing tricks. You and I will definitely see each other again. See me when you see me, said Arkwright. Everyone was shocked. See? Since Loam, you're Topham's brother, you're a controller too, aren't you? Said Wisdom. Indeed he's not, said Don. He's no controller. In fact, he's a liar, said Harvey. May I go to the rebirthing shed once my jobs are done? Wisdom asked. Ask for me too, said Fergus. Come along, Fergus, said Wisdom. We have passengers to deliver. Then they heard a loud whistle that made Harvey jump. He knocked over Butler Timothy's as Thomas steamed by with the milk tankers. Arkwright Moxon was scared, so he jumped clear. Thomas was pushing the milk vans very fast. Gosh, so low. Thomas and the milk vans came racing by all the other engines. Stop, Thomas, stop, they cried, but Thomas heard them and he chose not to listen. The milk tankers plunged into the ravine. They could not be seen anywhere. Thomas had murdered the milk vans and there was no sympathy. He felt so shameless. Bust my buffers, gasped the other engines. Oh dear, those milk vans had died. Thomas could only chuckle. Silly milk van, silly Topham hat. Giving me jobs that Daisy can do, or stupid old Percy and Toby. We'll see. Valerie puffed along, and she brought none other than the Fat Controller. Well, Thomas, I give you a very important job taking milk to the dairy, which any other engine on your branch line does, and you can't do it. What happened? You got bored or something? I told your driver to check if you had a mental disorder known as ADHD a while ago, but, I guess he doesn't follow through. I'll be firing him tomorrow. No, said Thomas. Please, sir. I'm sorry. I expect you are. You will take me back down the mountain to Knapford Station. I will not, said Thomas. Don't be disobedient. I'm the controller and I give the orders, said Sir Topham. Wisdom and Fergus arrived to the rebirthing shed. It was late in the day. The engines peered inside. Fergus bumped her. Ouch! Said Wisdom. Sorry. Well, this is it. All day I've waited for this. All that trouble. Now here I go. Wisdom jumped eagerly in. Wait, said Fergus. I'll wait out here for you. But it was too late. Wisdom had already puffed in. It's time to change my life forever. Fergus was worried. It looked very dark in there, and very suspicious, too. It looked awfully spooky. Fergus peered inside. Are you Sir Loam? I didn't know you worked here. Well, I do, young resourceful wisdom, I'll call you, said Sir Loam. So what brings you here? My new friend, he said, evilly. A repaint, maybe a rebuild, a whole rebirth, so to speak. Turn me into a completely different engine. Our special rebirthing shed diesel is here. Come along, youngster, said Norman. We've got plenty to talk about and plenty to do. Let's go. It would only get brighter and red in color as they go deeper into the rebirthing shed. Fergus was very scared. He saw lights flicker and flash on and off. I hope she's all right in there, he hoped sadly. Then he heard a loud shriek. "Ah! Fergus was scared.